I've been driving a little bit more because I've had to carry stuff, so I have encountered quite a few douchebags in cars, and one of the douchebags was following me. We were on this road, Briggs Cheney, and I was going the opposite way, and he was behind me, and we came up to a red light. I noticed that he was just driving normally. I didn't see anything up with him when he was behind me, and then I went up to the red light. I was turning right. I made my right-hand turn. The guy actually went to my left lane, so the left lane was a left turning lane, and he decided to cut me off. So he cut me off, you know, in a right. So I made a right, and he went into the opposite side of the road so he could cut me off. So he made it quite obvious he wanted to pass me.
Or my computer since 2014. Wow. So there is a different way to use all the technology that's out there, so that
what the hell?
We're not.
He's giving me the decided to cut me off, go into oncoming traffic, and then give me the finger. And I was following him. He wasn't going fast. He was just wanting to pass me, I guess, and then he slowed down. And then the other day I was coming up on the same road, just a little bit further south from the first douche, and I saw a car behind me use the middle of the road to kind of pass all of these cars. It's a two-lane road, and he got to me, and there was like no more way of really passing, but he just drove on the middle, kind of like this. The road was like this, but it was cresting uphill, and he decided to like pass me, and then the car in front of me got scared and pulled over to the shoulder. Whoa. Look at this guy. Wow. I wasn't paying attention to my mirrors, but at the last minute I saw this guy, you know, kind of going around a few more cars, and he kind of disappeared. I thought like he might get stopped at the red light, but I think he lives in those apartment complexes, and it seems like all this riffraff comes from those apartment complexes. So it's been a little bit nutty. And then like I was in Oxon Hill, and a guy just ran the red light.
This is organized theft. These are organized gangs.
This guy just ran the red light.
Forgive me for saying
that. A car was making a left in front of him. He didn't like plow into him. That was good. Then it turned green, so technically he ran the red light, but the light turned green. And then I was like looking at him, and he was on his phone. He was like swiping Tinder, or not Tinder, it was Instagram. So this is what's happening around the DC metro area. People, even in the winter, are acting as if it's the summer. Usually around the summertime, there's tons of people just doing all sorts of stupid stuff. But now, you know, I kind of feel that people have a very short temper, and even I have a short temper relative to whatever, but I think people are getting shut up. There's been quite a few deaths already. I think DC has already hit a record for this year. I realize I'm riding my SH150, my Super Tenere. I haven't ridden it because I need to just change that master seal for the rear drive. It's leaking and I don't want to ride it, and I believe now the forks are leaking. So that's that. It's not leaking badly. It's not leaking to a point that will stop me from doing anything. Citgo, look at that cheap gas, $3.17. That's what we want. We want that cheap gas. And that's that. You know, it's like cars are filling up. I pull in, I pull out. I mean, this thing is just so drifty Lazar. And that's pretty much a full tank of gas, $3.60. And That's one thing I really admire about these modern scooters. They get such good gas mileage, and you know, the Elite 150 that I have, it gets really good gas mileage too, but not as good as this one. This one's much more comfortable. This guy's thinking he's gonna be faster than me on his Accord. This is a Honda 2, baby. I don't think he realizes the speed this thing has. $3.17 is really the cheapest I've seen for gas. And just down the road there's this gas station, and I don't know what it is, but I believe it's like $3.50 gas. Hey, look at this guy. What's up? What's up, bud? The kids in the back of the school bus are not to be trusted. They're the ones that urinate on the water fountain. I really should install heated grips on this thing, and even the Tenere. I mean, the Tenere is just so much nicer to ride when it's cold. This is a close second. It would be much better with heated grips and heated vests and all of that, but here's the thing with these machines, these small ones. You basically have a very small amount of electrical power to power all of these electric gears, and when you have a small machine, then a lot of times you're going to be completely going down in the battery. I'm trying to make sure I don't run into any ice. It's below freezing. It's funny, all the political signs have finally come down around here. Look at this house on the right coming up. I remember when it was first being built. I mean, this is an enormous house. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 car garage. There was a motorcycle accident on TV. You might have seen it. It was a news reporter reporting, oh, somebody died here. That's interesting. So this journalist was talking, oh, we have this motorcycle we're pursuing. Apparently the cops let go, and then he went in between some cars, and it was a grotesque accident because you can see his body just flying through the air, violently flying through the air. That was kind of a crazy accident. You know, in this area there's been a lot of hoopla about running from the police, because apparently running from the police around this area is something that motorcyclists do often. And I think, like, when you're around like big cities, that's something that happens. Oh, look at this. Let's go down here. Wow, look at this. It's frozen. Yeah, that accident went, it didn't work out well for the guy, because he died, I think, on impact, and he injured another car. The car was turning left in front of him, but it's still his fault because he was going like 100-something miles an hour. So that's that. He died, and he made national news. So that's the bad part about running from the cops. Adrenaline just gets the better of you. Doing a lot of bravado stuff, especially online, about running from the cops. And there's been a lot of motorcycles that died in the DC area because of police chases, but not so much because of that. I think a lot of it has to do with adrenaline. When the adrenaline is flowing, you kind of feel invincible, and if you're younger, even worse. So a lot of these guys, they ride way outside of their comfort zone, and they don't even realize it. And this guy, I think he had a stolen motorcycle, stolen tax. It came back as stolen from the police, but he took off, and the police didn't want to chase him. So he decided to take off, but they had the helicopter, I guess, flying. So I guess no chase, but you can still follow. I guess there's a technicality here. So he was trying to outrun, I guess, somebody, the helicopter or whatever, and he went in between a bunch of cars, and then he didn't see a car coming in front of him making a left. He hit it, and his body just went flying in the air, and the reporter was just shocked. A very odd place to die. Cody Porter, born in 1999, died in 2020, 7/18/2020. That's his Ford truck, his John Deere. How did he die, Cody? There's a tree here. How'd you die? This is very odd. This is a very odd place to die. How did he die? That was like a little booze thing? That's very odd. I mean, this is a dead-end road. It's not very fast. The tree looks like they had like fresh mulch. I don't understand it. They put... That's a very odd place to die. Like, I'm not gonna lie, that kind of creeps me out. Guy called Ethan Klein, H3H3. Very funny podcast because he got famous because of this guy named Humongous. He went up to some feminist and he said his name was Humongous, and that's pretty much it. And then she went bonkers. And that's how this guy H3H3 became famous. I think he did a video on that, I believe, and I remember watching it. This guy Humongous, got vilified by all of these crazy Karens, and now he's going after Jordan Peterson. But I think everybody kind of sees the strategy. I think he's just going after Jordan Peterson so he could get more views on his podcast. So he's going after him and Joe Rogan because he wants to bring attention to him. And it could work as a strategy, but it's a very obvious strategy. Now, deleting Jordan Peterson's podcast, you can say, okay, but why delete two of them? Because now you disagree on this guy after you had him on, and you think he's some sort of alt-right, whatever, but at the time you're praising him. Well, he's gotten millions of views already on the Jordan Peterson video, so it's not like he's going to lose any money. So removing these podcasts, basically it's kind of like just removing content that people have already watched. And now stirring up the pot is a good way of rekindling his YouTube channel that I think is a little bit on the dead side, according to what people say. Look at that ice on the ground. Oh boy, it is very cold. Oh boy. That's the end of the ride today, guys. You can see there's plenty of ice still on the ground in the DC area. We're gonna get some more snow, so yeah, it's not gonna feel very good. But I do have some videos coming up on Super Tenere maintenance because I got to do some stuff on it. But that's it. Thanks for riding with me. I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Kind of stuck here. The cops won't bother me.